I launched a very successful new business, and in the most important phase, I decided to travel. I flew to Japan for 14 hours, and in this video, I want to explain my secret of how I use tactical timeout traveling in order to be 10 times more productive. So, first, I want to give you the whole full picture. About 1 month ago, I launched a new business venture where I consult businesses on how to grow. Very simple. And within the first month, it made multiple six figures. And then a few weeks go by, and I decide to fly to Japan. Why? So the thing is that I am fully convinced that it is absolutely amazing to force yourself to work more efficiently. Because what happens when you're in a time zone where when you wake up, everyone is sleeping and vice versa? What happens if you have effectively 5 hours of waking time shared with your business partner, suppliers, whatever, clients? What happens? You are forced to be more productive and especially more efficient with your time. And that's why I like trips like this. I mean, I personally really enjoyed Japan, but the good thing is that you you have to be very efficient. You see immediately what's useful and what's not, what you should do more of and what you should do less of. Plus, you have time to zoom out. Because if there is one thing that is very hard to do when you are super locked in, working 12 hours a day, and don't get me wrong, I do think it's important to be like that as well. You shouldn't be like a backpacker that travels all year and doesn't even work. It's really, really hard to zoom out when when you have the same daily routine. You go to the office, you go work wherever you work. Maybe you train sometimes and then you go home. You follow the same bland daily routine. It's very, very, very hard to zoom out and get new ideas. So that's why every few months I really like to go traveling. It might be America, it might be Japan, it might be somewhere totally random. But I like it when there's a time zone difference because it forces you to work differently. It forces you to adapt. And the good thing is that now I'm getting back to the UAE and I'm super, super, super excited to work again after 1 week. And I have so many new ideas and my hands are tickling. I'm so ready to get back. And that's really, really good. So if you feel like you're on the verge of burning out, you feel like you don't have any new ideas, go and travel for a very short time with a specific goal of getting clarity, of zooming out. This will truly help you, believe me, because I have so many new ideas and I can't wait to be back at my desk. And I want to talk about another subject that goes hand in hand with this, because in this internet space, you see so many people talking about, yeah, you have to work so hard and so much. And the thing is that if it's not working and you don't see any progress, and you're not making any money at all, maybe you should reflect what you are doing. Because I have an example. One of my friends is he's clearing about like just under 6 figures in profit per month, him and his business partner. So he's taking home pretty good money, but he's working 2 or 3 hours a day. Who am I to look down upon that? Is working and seeming busy really the end goal here? No. You should not work to seem busy. You should work because you have something that where biting down has exponential returns. If you decide to bite on that piece of meat, then you will get exponential returns. You should not just work because some guru tells you that it's cool or that is what you need, because it is not true. And that's an interesting thing that I learned on my trip to Japan, is that you can get a lot of things done if you are forced to do it. And there's a very good law, I think it's the law of Newton, that work expands to the time you give it. So once in a while, it is very, very good to force yourself to work less. As controversial as this sounds, but forcing yourself to get all the work done you normally have to get done, forcing yourself where you have to get that done in 3 hours, 4 hours, it's really good to be more efficient. Especially if you go into this with a plan. And how I would do this is start tracking your time. Every single person on this planet that wants to build a successful business and feels like he's not using his time as efficiently as possible has three tools in his repertoire. Number one is just doing nothing for 2 weeks and seeing what burns first. Not very smart. Number two is tracking your time to the T every 15 minutes for at least a week. And then sitting down and reflecting, okay, how much of that was deep work? How much of that was bullshit work? How much of that was non-productive? And then you draw your conclusions, and that is how you see how good you really are. And then the third tool is the one I just gave you in this video, forcing yourself to work less. Because by that, you see what's really important to keep your ship afloat and keep things running. And with these three tools, you can very easily become more efficient. Because if you're looking for some feel-good hustle channel, this is not me. I'm not telling you to work 12 hours a day so you can post it on social media. I'm telling you to work 12 hours a day because you have a very clear mission that you're on, and working 12 hours on this mission has exponential returns compared to working 8 or 6 or 7. But I am not a workaholic to be a workaholic. I want to be incredibly rich, incredibly free, but I don't work because I enjoy it. And I enjoy the building part, but do I enjoy sitting in calls, being on my computer? Not really. I do it because I have to do it because there's no other option. But is it really what I want to do forever? No. And I also got this question on Telegram from one of you guys, where I was asked, okay, Ben, good for you. You're working hard, but don't you feel like you're missing out on life? And honestly, yes and no. Like, by doing it with a strategy where I really believe in the duality of life. I made a very, very, very good video about this. But in order to work hard, you have to enjoy not working at all. In order to enjoy the sun, you must first have the rain. Things like this. I see it like this with work. You have to be able to not work at all and not touch your computer for a day, and then you get back and you really want to touch your computer again and get back to work. So this is my philosophy that I use to keep me motivated, to keep getting things done, and not like walking in a circle, getting new creative juices flowing, having new ideas. This is exactly what I do. So if you feel like you are at a point where you just don't have any ideas, you're not creative at all, you feel like you're doing repeating, boring, monotonous things, You should go on a trip. Not some drinking holiday with your buddies, but a trip where you specifically are forced to work more efficient and have the ability to zoom out. This is my this is my recommendation to you. Try it out for yourself. Tell me in the comments if it worked for you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.